I just got cheated on. As a lot of you guys have seen, my ex-husband slash fiance decided to send Snapchat messages to one of my fans. The girl said she was a fan of mine. She screenshot that with her other phone. She took a picture and she sent that to my friend, and that's how I saw it. When someone, like a man, does something for me big, like for example Landon, he told me send me your PayPal. So I was like, okay, let me do it, let's see what he does. And then he sent me $10,000. And then I thought, wow, like he's literally sending me $10,000 so I would reply to his messages. And then I thought, wow, like maybe I should give him a chance, because look how, like what he's doing, like a big thing to do, you know what I mean?
What the hell was that? What was that? What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Hi, it's Keisha. Nice to meet you all. Get in here because we've got quite a bit to get on into. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Wizard Liz. If you guys don't know who she is, you may be living under a rock, because she is everywhere. Like, she's big on TikTok, she's big on YouTube. She is mainly known for like giving her advice on things. Let me go ahead and pull up what it is that Google had to say about her. So Google said that the Wizard Liz is a 26-year-old influencer renowned for her empowering content on self-development, mental health and lifestyle. Many of her posts center on being able to move forward after difficult life events. She also vlogs her fitness routines, travels and everyday life. She has over like 8 million TikTok followers, and she has like over 8 million subscribers. So she's doing her big one. I want to start off this video by saying this is not a hate video. This is not trying to like knock a woman who's already down. I do wish her the best of everything and wish her the best of her pregnancy too. She's been releasing videos. She actually made a video a couple of days ago titled How to Get Cheated On, which definitely left us thinking, bitch, huh? Because we obviously know, I think it was 3 months ago now, she announced that she was cheated on by Landon, and it was just like this big thing on social media, and I actually reported on it over on this channel. I did a live stream about it, and I reacted to a woman who had come out to say that whilst she was in a relationship with Liz, Landon had been doing X, Y, and Z, and Landon is just this really crazy psycho human being, which I really feel like a lot of people are not giving him enough smoke. But it's like, what do you want us to do? Do you know what I mean? I feel like the only person who can really end Landon, because the thing is, Landon is going to be fine. Like, Landon is going to be okay. He just needs like lots and lots of help. But like, Landon is actually insane. Landon will blow all his money on Liz. Landon will spend, what, millions of money on this woman. And I get it, who was once upon a time his fiance, but I think that's still bizarre. I think he's got a lot of work that needs to be done. I know that Liz's video was sponsored by BetterHelp. I think that's a problem in itself.
I do think it needs to be healed with therapy, and I myself went and I signed up to BetterHelp. I've been sponsored by BetterHelp for the past couple of years and had a really great session. See, the sessions with my therapist have given me a lot of hope, and she also explained to me where a lot of my behaviors can come from and how I can move on from this situation in the best way and with the least amount of stress. That therapy can be very expensive and not always easily accessible for a lot of people. That's why I want to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video.
To get started, you answer questions about your needs and preferences and what you're looking for in a therapist so they can best match you with the right...
Like, do we not know about BetterHelp? Okay, girl. I think it's one of the worst things you can do, like cheat on someone, but cheat on someone who's literally like pregnant with your child, I think is another level of evil and wickedness. And I think that should be, you should do jail time for that. Please don't let him out. Like, I'm being for real, by the way. So I just want to go ahead and start by saying that, because I think whenever you make a video that maybe isn't the most positive about someone, people automatically see it as you being jealous of them because they have X, Y, and Z. And it's like, no, I'm not going to look at another human being and be jealous of them because I don't even know what it is they really have going on. And I think a lot of people looked at her relationship with Landon because of the way that she would portray it as well. I think it was down to her old doings as well. And this is the thing, you should never wish that you have someone else's life because you don't really know what it is they're going through. I think a lot of people saw her and Landon going on trips, him buying her stuff.
Me and Landon are shopping in Gucci right now. He said I can get whatever I want. But I don't know if I like these clothes.
Do you guys think? What should I get? I don't like when the logo is like filled. Maybe just a tracksuit, but I also don't like that.
Do you find anything?
Yes, I hope. Guys, I'm taking her shopping today. We're doing it.
People saw it as like, oh my god, that means that they're like, I want a relationship like that. When it's like, well, no, you don't know what it is they're truly going through and what it is that he's just told her. The bickering, the arguments, you don't know. So let's just make that very clear. I think with today's video, I want it to be a thing of just like informing women specifically, because I think it is a lot of women who are watching her to understand that she's not perfect, she's not a saint, I don't think she's a horrible person, but I do think she has to really work on a lot of things before preaching certain things on her platform. I remember when I watched her, I think it was 3 years ago when she first started her YouTube channel, and how I actually found her was through Pinterest, which is so bizarre, but I'm such a Pinterest whore to the point where like I literally saw this screenshot of her, beautiful woman. In her videos she has subtitles, right? So I can't remember what it was that she said, but I remember it was a video, how to be confident. And I remember watching the video like, bitch, let's hear it. I'm trying to see something. Like, I need to know, okay, like what do I need? Help me, help a good sis out, yeah? And I felt really good watching the video. I felt, also if you can see my clip-ins, no you can't. Back it up, like dun dun dun. Take it back now, y'all. Dun dun. Like you can't. Mind your business, you're looking too close, girl, chill out. Okay? I can see your boogers. Let me stop. And I want this video to be like a very chit-chat style, talking to a friend video. We need to be honest. Liz has some problems. Liz has some problems. I've been wanting to make this video, but I was like, you know what, let me do some research. Let me gather my thoughts first before making this video, because Liz is a human being. She's not going to get everything spot on. I am a human being. I'm not going to get everything spot on. We're going to make our mistakes. We're going to have to learn the hard way at times, right? But I do think as somebody who has built a following, sorry, on giving advice, the how-to videos, if a man does you dirt, you just up and leave. If people are not, you know, loving on you, you get up and leave. And it's like, yeah, sounds great. Put it on a flipping tote bag, put it on a t-shirt. Mwah, chef's kiss. Sounds great. It's not always realistic. It's not always easy. And I think as much as I loved Liz so much in her videos, I think for me, the part where I started to think, was when I would notice how much she'll talk about money. Was when I would notice that she would talk about having daddy issues and how allegedly her father, you know, tried to unalive her. And naturally just hearing that, I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, geez, like you have really gone through it. And I'm automatically equating that with traumas. Naturally you would. But I'm now thinking like, okay, so what are we doing to help ourselves here? Because we can go ahead and say, this is what's wrong with me, or I've had to deal this and do that and do that. Sad story. And I'm really, really question certain human beings, because like, who does that? Like, who, like, that's your own flesh and blood. Like, how could he? Do you know what I mean? But it's like, what are we doing about this now? We're giving this information away, but what are we doing about it? You know, a lot of her videos are very much focused on, not all, but a lot of them are focused on relationships. And to my knowledge, and this is, I'm not going to sound, I'm not trying to sound insensitive or mean here, but I just didn't know she's 26. Take from that what you will. How many of you guys truthfully, because I didn't know until I did a little 1-2 Google search, and I'm like, excuse me? Google, I don't know, huh? So Liz is 26 years old. Some of you guys are probably thinking, Keisha, how old did you think she was then? I genuinely thought she was in her 30s. Early 30s, maybe latest mid, that's it. But then again, I'm 25 and people are like, girl, no you're not. You're literally 18. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm literally 25. Sorry, I know I'm like on this point for a little longer than I would like, but like, I'm sorry, when Google said 26, I said no. Me and Google were literally tussling. No. She's too materialistic. She's too materialistic. She thinks someone sending her 10,000 via PayPal is love. It's not. It's him literally buying his way into the relationship. She has now done the whole thing of like, guys, I'm not a coach or anything, but it's like, why are you only saying this now? And I agree, you're not a coach. She doesn't have a degree in any of these things. I think that she's someone who just hopped on the internet, says some really great things. Again, things you can put on a tote bag, on a flipping mug, on a t-shirt, things that sound great and things that you want to actually take on because it just feels like empowerment, right? And I think, look, I loved her approach to begin with, but then I think for me the problem came was when I started to feel like, okay, this kind of sounds like a little bit too strict for my liking, so it's not my delivery, therefore I'm just gonna go and watch someone else. But I could still appreciate her and I could still big her up for having garnered a massive following of over 8 million followers. I think it's on TikTok, on YouTube, and it's not an easy thing to do, let alone being a woman in a male dominated space. So you did your biggest and you ate with that. I'm always gonna give her a 10 on that, yeah? But I do think, for me, in my humble opinion, let me know if you agree or disagree, it got to a point where she felt like she was bigger than the program. And someone who's constantly, she didn't say it, but it very much felt like it. You know, sometimes people don't have to say something, but you can kind of gauge it from body language or from similar things they would say. She might not directly say, guys, that can never be me. Guys, that could never be me. But that's just what it felt like from the advice. Like, oh, I would never allow myself to be in this place. Or if this ever happened to me, bitch, I'm leaving straight away. I'm up and leaving. Like, I'm not even giving this any more time. It's like, no, but that's not necessarily how it's worked out for you though, is it? She talks a lot about manifestation, which is, I know it's super duper big. Everyone, like, you know, is manifesting things for like their career, relationship, whatever it is. I think that's amazing. I think a lot of people could relate to that. And a lot of people saw her talking about her life and what it is that she's had to endure. I know there's also been some allegations that she used to be a, how do I say this without getting demonetized? ESCORT. I've seen a lot of forums saying that about her. I've seen a lot of TikTok comments as well saying that she used to be a ESCORT back in Dubai. Her and her sister, I don't know how much of that is true, but a lot of people bring it up, and a lot of people say that she is obsessed with Shitcoin. Like, she is obsessed with money. She finds value in only money, luxurious items, Chanel bags, like flipping Birkin bags. People say that, you know, her whole life has been put on by men, which I think is a very big statement to make, but I'm not seeing tangible proof, so I'm not even going to entertain that too much. But I do think that if it is true, then I just feel like Liz needs to like, even if it's true or not true, she just needs to work on herself, point blank period. We need to all work on ourselves. We need to maybe focus not on a dude, but focus on ourselves. And I get it, there's a lot of lover girls out here who want to be in relationships, like that is the ultimate goal for them. But I do honestly believe that hurt people, and I do also believe that a guy is going to smell that you're literally unhealed. They can smell that from a mile away, that you're literally unhealed, and they take advantage of that. And I truly believe that's what Landon has done. Landon has taken advantage of that, but also Landon knew that she's a boss bitch, and he knew he couldn't on a usual day get with her. So what he decided to do was throw out money. And I feel like, to me, that screams very abusive. But to me, it's kind of a little bit strange how someone like TheWizardLiz, who I believe is financially comfortable. We didn't know Landon before Liz put him on her platform, before she made the TikToks with him and everything, before people started seeing them as like couple goals. We didn't know Landon from nowhere, and I was okay with that. I wish I can go back to those times, and I'm sure she does too. Yeah, I mean, before him, she had her own platform, and she was already very successful, at least on social media. So it's like, and we know social media, if you don't know, social media actually pays well, especially depending on what platform you're at, depending on how much views you're getting as well. And she was always garnering millions and millions and millions of views, and I'm sure she's getting paid. Now, I know when it comes to TikTok, some people don't have the creator fund. Some people aren't actually getting paid, which I don't understand how that's. I feel like if you put content out there and you're getting your views from it, and I do believe that you should get paid. I don't know why people aren't getting paid. I think you have to apply and appeal for something, but I don't know if I'm flipping no. Either way, to my understanding, she's doing partnerships. She's doing brand endorsements. Like, she is busy. She's working. She's putting content out, and she's doing well at it, right? So she's got her own thing. But I think someone with her mentality of just money being the driving force for a relationship, it was going to end horribly. And this is not coming from a saint. This is coming from someone who, I'm still living and learning. I'm never going to sit down here on my gaming chair and pretend I've got it all figured out, because I don't. But I do think there were certain times where Liz came with that approach. And that's when I started to think, girl, you are not above the program. You're not. Anything can happen to anyone. People screaming, this can never be me, bitch. It could be you in the next 0.2 seconds. What are we talking about? Life can just life in ways we just didn't even imagine. Sorry, I can't get over 26. I was looking at my notes and I saw 26 and I was just like, okay. I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's a human being. But I don't think that she's addressing the actual elephant in the room. Like, I get it, she got cheated on, I do, but I still don't, like, I get it, like, I've not been pregnant, so I don't know what it's like, and I get it, she probably feels like she has to co-parent, but bitch, what are we doing? There's pictures of her at a flipping airport, there's pictures of her and Landon going out for drinks and stuff, and look, if she was taken back, bitch, it does nothing for my life. It does nothing for my life. It doesn't, I don't care. You know, it's her life, but I do think it's going to ruin her image, and she knows that. Do I think a tiny part of me believes that she would take him back had it not been millions of people watching her? Sure. I think that's always a slight possibility. You know, she can preach, know your worth, know when to leave. If a guy loves you, die, do this and do that. I'm sure there's a tiny part of her that thought, you know what, for the sake of this baby I'm carrying right now, our child, I want to make it work. We hear so many women say these things, and I just don't agree with it. I get it until I don't get it anymore. I think at the end of the day, it's about like well-being. It really is about, like, life is about mental health. If the mental health ain't good, what are we doing? And I know she's probably going through it. Being heavily pregnant, hormones up everywhere, feeling like everyone is in your business, Landon doing you dirty, you maybe trying to pretend you're okay, but you're not really okay, because every time he calls you, every time you're hanging out, you're like, damn bitch, you really did me dirty. Like, she's going through it right now. She would say things like, she didn't find him attractive. She didn't. She would reiterate this point like crazy. She didn't find him attractive. She wasn't into him. In fact, do you know what? I think we should react to the video. I watched that video 2 days ago, so I don't remember everything word for word, but she wasn't attracted to him. And then what did he do? He was like, send me your PayPal. And she was like, oh, okay. And because Liz loves money, and she's, you know, listen, if someone says it to me, send your PayPal, I'm either going to think, but are you trying to hack my email? Or are you actually going to send money? Like, I'm curious George. So I might even send the email, and I might be shocked when you do actually send the $10,000. $10,000 is crazy. Landon needs help. It's not cute. It just isn't cute. It's only cute if you behave yourself. It's only cute if you're not a toxic, trashy human being. But because he is, that's why I'm just like, bro, you literally bought your way into this relationship because you knew there was no other way Liz was going to stop to give you attention. And I wish that she just died on that hill. I wish that she followed her gut, because she was saying, no, I'm not interested. No, and you weren't interested for a reason. You didn't even find him attractive. Now, I know people say, you know, you can grow to find someone attractive. I don't want to grow to find someone attractive. I really don't. I really don't, darling. I don't want to grow to find someone attractive. I don't want someone to grow to find me attractive. It kind of reminds me of like the whole Alandria and Taylor situation from Love Island, where he was telling his boys he doesn't find Alandria attractive. Like, to me, I don't know why that makes me feel really sick. I just feel like, well, be a man and just say it. I feel like Landon literally wasted Liz's time. But I do think that there were so many red flags in the relationships, but still Liz will come on to pretend that things were okay and still be in preacher mode, which to me is very hypocritical. And I think a lot of people are now looking at you like, okay, well, girl, are you even equipped to be given this advice?
But when someone, like a man, does something for me big, like, for example, Landon, he told me, send me your PayPal. So I was like, okay, let me do it. Let's see what he does. And then he sent me $10,000. And then I thought, wow, like, he's literally sending me $10,000 so I would reply to his messages. And then I thought,
you
wow,
need help. Everyone in this situation needs help. Bitch, I even probably need help. I'm going to go and flip him book a therapy session. Yeah? We all flip and need help. Yeah? Landon, I don't want to ever get to a point where I'm blowing my money on someone. I just don't. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't. She literally expresses, in the full video of this, by the way, she expresses that, like, he literally would blow all his money on her. I think that's really scary. I think Landon genuinely needs help. You're doing it out of guilt. You're doing it because I also believe he's hella insecure and doesn't believe he's enough in himself, and he's not. You're not. You ruin lives. You do evil-ish, and then you say in the same breath, you know, I'm going to write you a book. I'm going to devote this to you. I'm going to get down on one knee. Like, what? Cheat on someone while they're pregnant? Like, like, I don't know. You wouldn't reply, then he would send you 10K, like, for your PayPal. Like, huh? Like, if it was any other woman in a position where they didn't have money, then okay, I can see why they would be like, oh my God, I'm flattered by this. Like, oh my God, I can pay off my debt. I can do this, I can do that. It's still weird and it's still wrong. And for me, it's like, you're off to a horrible start. It's not going to end well. But like, you're the WizardLiz, but do you not know who you are? You're that girl. Like, you don't need to be doing all of this.
Maybe I should give him a chance, because look how, like, what he's doing, like a big thing to do, you know what I mean?
It's a big thing to do, yes, but it's also a very strange thing to do. It's a strange thing to do. Now, however, calmer, if it was coming from someone who I know loved me, was really serious about me, not only through words, but through actions, who wasn't playing the field, who wasn't toxic, any of these things, I would be like, yeah, send some more, darling. Whilst you're at it, send some, do you know what I mean? Sure. And I know that she probably didn't know it too much in this case, but she's someone who's always focused on gut. God, give me a sign. The sign wasn't Shaquoin. The sign wasn't the 10K through PayPal. That was someone buying their way in. PurchaseYourBeat.com. Let me stop.
My ex, it was like, I met him and I didn't really like him. I was not attracted to him.
Ooh.
And I went back home. He wanted me to come back and he wanted, like, to have a relationship with me, and I kept saying no. And then he bought me a Rolex.
Miss Girl, you said no for a reason. She said she kept saying no, which means it wasn't just the one time. And then what did he do? Hey, sweetie, there's a Rolex for you. Now listen, I don't know how much a Rolex costs. Whether it's the cheapest Rolex on the market to the most expensive, bitch, money was still being spent. He needs help. Now we can go, this video is dedicated to Liz, sure, but I'm still going to slander and have my foot on this man's neck because how evil can you be? And there's many men like Landon out there. Many of them. Who unfortunately you've got to experience, or fortunate enough for yourself you haven't. And let's just hope and pray it don't ever happen. Because it's the smooth talkers, it's the ones who literally lay you in with the shitcoin, and when you've got nothing, and when you can do with a 10k, you will take it. And I'm not faulting the babe for taking it. I mean, I am a little bit. I actually am. I'm not going to fault a regular human being who doesn't have shitcoin, who could do the 10k to pay for X, Y, and Z, but when you've already got it, especially when you said no multiple times, especially when you don't find him attractive, especially when you just knew there wasn't nothing there, don't waste your time. I know we live in a day and age when everyone's like, you know, do things for the plot. I'm tired of doing things for the plot. I'm gonna tell you, as someone who's literally done things for the plot, it ain't worth it. You do it for the plot and then what? You just get hurt. Can you tell I'm going through it? I don't know, man. There's just something off about Liz, but it wasn't always the case. I don't know, man. I don't know. Guys, please just be careful with what information you are soaking in from online. Just because someone is on preacher mode, constantly giving advice and dishing things, doesn't mean they can actually take it. And also, the quickness and speed you use to say X, Y, and Z to your people, to your audience, how quick are you taking that and applying that in your own actual life? It's hard, isn't it, Liz? It really is hard. Let's continue.
He bought me a Rolex, which was 2 weeks
after you met.
And for me, that was such a big gesture because before that, no one had ever bought me anything desired.
And most men won't. Now, I think that Liz is attracted to men with money, which, as she should. What do you want her to date? A bum? Do you want her to date someone who's got nothing? Like, no, she's dating someone who is either like on her financial tax bracket or maybe a little bit upper than, and I'm not mad at it. I think that's how we should probably date. Yes, I genuinely believe that. There's no point being a 26-year-old and not being with someone with money. If you're a kid, then, you know, money isn't like the first thing you're thinking of, but it definitely is top 5 things, and it's not 5. It's not number 5. I really do feel like it's time that we admit money is hella important. Money is a very interesting one because it's the root to all evil. I definitely do agree. But money can, in my opinion, buy happiness to a certain degree. There's been plenty of times, even now with depression, I'm just like, you know, if I had the financial freedom or comfortability anyways, I probably would be stamping my passport. Like, Argentina, Barbados, where to next? Like, where are we going? Like, I think, I'm being serious. Like, maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but money, you know, yes, it's the root to all evil, and yes, it will have people around you for the wrong reasons, sure. But, like, low-key, high-key, I've been people that you like me, it helps. It goes a long way, okay? And you know what? Maybe Liz isn't as rich as I have her out to be in my head, but know what I know about social media and payments and this and that and all of these things and brand endorsements, I think she's pretty good, okay? But hey, what do I know? 2 weeks. Landon, you need help. Landon knew he ain't got nothing much to offer apart from some shitcoin. Not even some shitcoin, lots and lots of money. My bank account, my money ain't decreasing for someone that I just like. It's just not right. I'm not saying I don't spend in a relationship, that's not what I'm saying. But it has to make sense. What about this is making sense though? And I feel like I'm really like passionate about this topic because I've had to like really go through some really hardships in terms of dating too. Just like many of you guys. And I feel like that's literally what the 20s are. Like it literally is. What is it that SZA said? How could it be 20 something? Anyways.
15K watch.
A 15,000 watch.
Oh my god, like, oh, that's such a big gesture. So then I did give him a chance, but then still in the relationship. But when someone like a man does something for me big,
a $15,000 watch.
Are you cheating on me? And he said, what the fuck? I'm right here next to you. Are you crazy?
Ugh.
Blah, blah. And Sabina was also with us at the Airbnb. So he called Sabina. Like, Sabina, your sister is literally overreacting again. She's trying to cause a fight. And Sabina was like, Liz, like, calm down. And I was like, Sabina, my heart is literally broken. I feel heartbreak. There's no way. And then she was like, no, Liz, stress yourself out. You're pregnant. Relax. Like, there's nothing. Like, and she looks at Landon and she says, he has to be so stupid to be cheating on you because he will lose everything.
Yeah.
And Landon is like, yeah. But then I couldn't let this shit go. So what did I do? I went to Hyde Park with my sister. We went to walk.
Okay, UK.
We went to walk and I told Sabina, I said, Sabina, it doesn't feel right. There's no way. I said,
That's
this
the
is a
gut.
sign.
That's the female intuition.
And she said, okay, Liz, listen. Don't just ask for vague signs. Ask God right now, pray to God right now, and ask him to give you a clear sign, to show you the truth, the harsh truth.
Okay.
And I said, okay. So I prayed there. I said, God, please. I said, show me who he really is. Show me the harsh truth. And then, 3 days later, I received those messages from
That girl.
Where that I read Landon's matrix chart when we first got together, and in his matrix chart and his past life, it had said that he had cheated on a loved one before. He had chosen lust over love. So he is likely to repeat this in this lifetime, and that's like something he should watch out for. One of the signs that I ignored were
astrology is a good conversation starter. I think there's some things I agree with, but I don't live my life personally thinking, oh, as a Gemini we do this, or I know Scorpios are of this, that and the other. I don't. For me, it's not my personal thing when someone leads their whole content with astrology. That's just me though, but I know there's so many people who love it. Like, this is not funny, guys. I'm not even trying to be funny right now. Like, I get it, we love to kiki cackle on the channel, but I didn't even know what a matrix chart is. Someone in their past life was cheating, bitch. I'm learning something new today. Now, am I going to be checking people's matrix charts before getting into relationships or being friends? Personally, for me, no, but that's just me. People have their thoughts about astrology and religion, and that's something we're not going to talk about today. But people have their thoughts for a reason, because they're thinking like you can't link the two of them. You can't mix astrology and charts and all of these things whilst being a religious person. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on that. I'm very intrigued to know, but let's not get messy in the comments, please. I still don't understand the whole co-parenting thing too, because I thought you can only co-parent when a baby's actually born. Maybe I don't know. I just hope it all ends well with her. If she chooses to go back with him, that's her business, it's her life. Girl's got and I promise you, it's got nothing to do with me. But I do think a lot of people would be like, he is a downfall of your brand. He is a downfall for everything that you've worked hard on. And it would be a man, wouldn't it? However, karma, guys, how to actually heal your inner child. How to actually book that therapy appointment. And I don't mean BetterHelp. BetterHelp is crazy, by the way, because are they not Zionists? Anyways, but I do think at the end of the day, Landon is still the problem. Landon has always been the problem. Landon has been doing this, you know? And if I'm being real, it isn't going to stop until he loses something majorly. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting to me, because you know how I'm saying until he loses something majorly, and like how Liz's sister was like, well, he'll be stupid to do something like that because he's going to lose her completely. But it's like, low-key, high-key, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't, like, yes, he's lost her in a romantic aspect, but you guys are still tied together for 18 years until that baby becomes a teen and is 18 and is able to, like, get on with their own life, you know? And he's still paying child support. So it's like, I get it, you lost her in a romantic way, but I feel like for Landon, his thing wasn't necessarily only about romance. It's not about romance though. It wasn't about making her happy. It was, in my opinion, about control. And it was about saying, yes, the lady next to me is the Wizard Liz. Everybody knows her. She's very popular. And also, he's 26 himself. We live in a clout generation. This feels really wrong, me brushing my hair, but it's because, like, I don't know, I feel like I didn't sleep right. And now my hair is, like, all poofy for the people watching these videos and thinking that, because the thing is, she didn't just make the comment about the 10k or the PayPal or who would buy me all these luxurious items. She didn't stop to say it as a lesson. Guys, don't let a dude do this, that, the other. Don't let a guy just buy his way into it. It wasn't that. It wasn't like ding 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 ding. It's clicking. It's giving very much just like, these are just passing comments, you know. No, but where's the lesson in this? And also, let's not go all guns blazing when a lady comes to you as a woman. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, that whole statement of I'm coming to you as a woman, it will always scare me. Has someone came to me as a woman before? No. Sorry. It's not funny, but it's just like, who started that statement? I'm coming to you as a woman. Listen, whenever I hear that statement, I'm thinking, I feel like something about this smells malicious, especially when you do it on a fake account. But also it's kind of like, I think most people do it on fake accounts. Anyways, in this case, I don't think they actually reached out to her on a fake account. I think there was actually their actual proper account. And I mean, like, even with that blonde girl on TikTok, I forgot her name, which it sounds so rude, but you know what I'm talking about. The girl that I reacted to on a live stream a couple of months ago, she was detailing her personal experience with Landon and was showing text messages and alleging a bunch of different things, right? But like, she was saying that she even reached out to Liz, and Liz was just like, Liz basically wasn't giving girls girl. Liz wasn't trying to listen. Liz was being a little bit shady. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. If someone was to tell me something that I didn't want to hear, I'm gonna have my guard up. But I do think maturing is realizing that you need to hear them out. You need to hear them out. Now, can people lie on your name? Yes. Can people see you at least presenting to be in a loving relationship and they want to just destroy that and create drama? 100%. This is social media we're talking about. This is a social media couple we're talking about. So of course, these things are common, but I do think she should have just heard her out, gathered all the receipts and everything. Especially when you had experienced certain red flags in your own relationship. I don't think you should have been quick to dismiss her. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been your host, ItzKeisha, and I'll catch you guys real soon for a brand new video. Bye.